around the Department of Defense. This is your daily news brief.
Putting up the money. I'm Mark Weeks. Defense Secretary Dr. Mark Esper met with Germany's new defense minister at the Pentagon and called on Germany to invest more money in defense.
Germany's leadership is crucial. It's needed more than ever. That is a Germany that is stronger and more ready than ever before. And that, of course, begins with investing much more in defense. The largest economy in Europe, we believe Germany is in a strong position to make the investments needed to bolster the capabilities of and help lead the alliance.
The German defense minister said the German government is aware of its responsibilities and that she will do everything in her power to do just that. Secretary Esper said the United States and Germany share a long history of cooperation in security and defense.
We appreciate that your country has been host to American troops for decades. As the largest non-U.S. contributor to NATO operations, Germany is an important ally in many missions around the world. This includes our efforts in Afghanistan to help the government fight the Taliban's senseless violence.
The secretary thanked the defense minister for German troops' help in training troops in Iraq and Syria, and also pointed out that Germany supports sanctions against Russia to stop that country's conflict in Ukraine. The Undersecretary of Defense for Policy says China is the greatest long-term threat to the U.S. way of life and also poses the greatest challenge to the Defense Department. During a panel discussion at the Center for European Policy Analysis Forum in Washington, Undersecretary John Rood said China is starting to develop overseas military bases, overseas intelligence collection locations, and in the last 10 years, the U.S. has witnessed a 750% growth in China's defense spending. We have to be serious about protecting this international rules-based order, protecting free trade, protecting the free movement of ideas, and the role of individual society, the Pentagon's policy chief said. The Coast Guard cutter Seneca crew at Coast Guard Sector Miami offloaded more than 12,000 pounds of cocaine interdicted in international waters of the eastern Pacific Ocean off the coasts of Mexico, Central, and South America. The cutter's commanding officer praised his crew for their efforts over the last 3 months and summed up the Coast Guard's efforts in the war against drugs.
So far in fiscal year 2019, the Coast Guard has removed more than 150 metric tons of cocaine, worth approximately $4.4 billion. And over the past 3 years, the Coast Guard apprehended more than 1,700 suspected smugglers and stopped more than 1.3 million pounds of cocaine from reaching our shores.
The Seneca's presence and efforts are critical to disrupting and dismantling transnational criminal organizations that attempt to smuggle these drugs through the ocean and into Central and North America. That's your DoD News Brief. I'm Mark Weeks. You can find more stories about your military at defense.gov and by using hashtag KnowYourMil.